Mostly, yeah. Oh, that's what was supposed to happen. Okay. Makes sense. I guess the game just broke on me. Anyway, welcome back to a new video. Again, we are playing DDLC, the main game. Again, I just want to reiterate and say that, we will be getting to the side stories after I finish the main game. Once it's all done. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... Oh, geez, hang on. Excuse me. Let me do that again. What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag, into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the next seat to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. No, just tell me if I end up distracting you or not anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was... You can pause that and read that if you want to. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. There. Again, I love the art in this game. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. And holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. I have an idea. But she probably has a pen. Okay. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, alright? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. I'll continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page and letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, excuse me. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking that the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get to that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Okay? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Already here, eh? Alright, let's start with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Morgan. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring them up, okay? Bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mokaran. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Mokaran. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. And that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. We already know what she's doing. I don't need to say it. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Now, let's read it then. Just for time's sake, I already read this, so I'm not going to read it again. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you'd call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. And again, we all know what that epiphany was. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after someone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Now Yuri is an option. Oh boy. So Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. Basically, it's not cute enough for you, for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Again, write it, save some time. Yeah, told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I tried to humor with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Let's do something really quickly, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go look at Yuri's poem. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. Oh, jeez. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Excuse me. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if this is a rare opportunity for him, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yes, I read it. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Did it really? I mean, I already read it, so... Yes, it took me a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I just think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Morgan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mogran. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. That it is. This part is also pretty creepy. Yeah, it's... Same with that, it's that out of tune thing there. Also, it just sets my nerves on edge. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me by my mediocre writing skills, abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. You know, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant... language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try it that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Mulgair did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I do not expect to change it anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Mulgarian liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mogaren appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I were full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mogaren started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be Oh shit. Edgy, bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop pressing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by just dressing and acting cute? The other cute thing about you is how hard you're trying. Holy shit. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge. Holy shit. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. I'm gonna go and hear everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Okay? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Yeah. I don't know who's in the wrong here. Where's the third option? Where's the third option? I don't know. I'll pick Natsuki. What? Hi, Monica. Hey, Mogaren? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if it makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh boy. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. Wait, what? Okay, she's, I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Mogaren? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Okay. It's a little, Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something. But she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president. I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I just didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Mogaren. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really... Yes. Okay. This game still throws me off, dude. No matter how many times I play it, it always throws me off. Saying sorry, hang yourself, and then just these scenarios, just... I never get used to it. Alright. Bouncy. Existence. Flying. Lazy. Cry. Misfortune. Lipstick. Shopping. Anger. Oh. Unending. Frightening. Unrestrained. Valentine. Valentine. Sticky. Headphones. Universe. Death. Bed. Beauty. Massacre. I don't know why I favored there. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Mogran. Ah, lovely. Ah, hi, Yuri. Seems you're not completely here. Yes, that expression is dazzling. Oh shit, that's funny. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. There she is. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading a manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry now too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was the first time sharing poems. Oh, excuse me. But whatever it is, didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know that you really didn't mean it. Yes. Okay? Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad that you joined the club. This club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was just kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you going on about? Did you do something yesterday? Yeah? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Okay. I don't remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly, a door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I was aware you played music as well, Monica. I wasn't aware you also played. Don't give you much credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mogan. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. Not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Aren't we in the closet, though? Mogan? Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I plan on it anyway. Okay. She looks very happy. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time get here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I need to do something very quickly, I'll be right back. Alright, and I have returned. Sorry about that, I just had to do some things before I got back to the video. Anyway, let's continue. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Very long legs. Very. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Not a good idea. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest fountain. Start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh, Jesus. I'm back. Are you really, though? I don't know if you are. I can't honestly say. Thanks for waiting patiently. Again, do you like oolong tea? Ah, yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Here sets the temperature on the kettle and turns on Dragon Ball. I'm in 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. It mentioned oolong, and I thought oolong from, the pig from Dragon Ball. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo-hoo. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided to try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Mugen. It's very endearing. I wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Mugen, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? What's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we measure the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? It was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. He hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I have to worry about making sure I don't actually touch her chest. Whoa. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Eh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. The art in this game is just so damn good. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Okay, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Okay? Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Okay? Oh boy. My heart won't stop pounding, Mogan. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Mogan? Like what? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Oh, Jesus, those fucking eyes. Can't stop. I can't make it stop. Even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Yep. Thank you, Monica. It's time to share poems. Christ, okay. Again, let's start with Monica. Margaret, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. When Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? Yes, it is. She brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. Might even be like a sexual thing. Oh boy. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I need to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it all together in my head. I know how to treat my club members. To be honest, she has a point. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Yeah, this one's different, so I'll read it. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful, beautiful colors. Flashing, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, verse rooms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing I'm just making a fool of myself trying to read this. I'm just going to read the ending here. Delete her. Hello, Monica. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining it. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, let's talk to Natsuki next. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing. Maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been, like, spending time with her or whatever. But you know, Monica and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you just really need to learn something or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Yeah, this is the same. It's all the same. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But being honest, I don't really give a shit what people think I do. If you want to know any weird things I do, just ask. I'm happy to say what I do. Anyway, but that just makes people stupid. Who cares what people likes as long as it's not hurting anyone and it'll make them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectively won't name. Kind of ironic that even in one place of comfort I can't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. It's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more. Whatever, we're done sharing so you can leave now. Alright. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things that you could work on. But that doesn't really matter. Feels like anything written by you is a treasure. It came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. This one's different, right? Okay. Wheel. The rotating wheel. Turning on axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship. A portal to another world. Isekai. A thin note tied to a thick rope. Oh, a thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness. Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God, swimming with ropes, waters in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time, devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding sands. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. Okay. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood-written clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting the sky of 40 gears. An open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing God. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes. Breathing time. Breathing prayer. Breathing sky. Breathing wheel. Doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I think to take it out on... So I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I I just really like the way Edit writes. You sure? You sure that's the only thing? So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Sure, I wouldn't mind reading that. Yes, I can, Monica. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over, so if everyone could come sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Okay, that's... Oh god, that's unsettling. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Ugh! It gives me chills. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Oh god, I can't. We just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Ugh! Oh, jeez. That's a concern of mine as well. Alright. My eyes kind of adjusted to that, so... Alright. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep this simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Mogaran joined and we've started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival's our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? You've already had enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything getting noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to become the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard to put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Mogaran? Oh, come on. You can't take the advantage of Mogaran to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Oh boy. Hang on. Okay. Look, Monica. Do you really think any of us here Shit. Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? You never even talked until Mogaran joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. Mogaran isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Yeah, that was a low blow. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Mogaran want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up for me to rescue the situation... no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club. That's more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why do I think everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Again, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, it's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. I know Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Mulgaren. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki? Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Oh, that caught me off guard. Ugh, jeez. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Jeez. Oh my god. Jeez. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspectives and make the decision that's right for the club. What about you, Mulgaren? What do you want to get out of this club? He repeats the same question as Monica. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. Your eye is still bleeding, by the way. No? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still bleeding. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping outside of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri? Yeah? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Mulgaren? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Mulgaren before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yeah, looks a bit troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Mulgaren, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I'd really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And you're being a little bit, you know. Monica, you're looking a little noisy there. Are you alright? I guess you're the only thing that's not noisy besides the text box, but still. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, you've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. They're just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. My, oh my. Oh, geez, we're at an hour. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to cut it off here, since we're already at an hour. Alright. Yeah, all my social medias are down in the description below if you want to go check those out. And yeah, there's a Discord server that I have down there. You can post memes, share waifus. You know, I also have a collection of my personal waifus pictures down there if you want to go check those out if you're interested in that, to seeing who they are. If you haven't already figured it out, anyway. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.